Arsenal 3, Athletic Club nil. What a absolute performance that was from everyone on the pitch. Coming off of the back of two defeats against your biggest rivals and then against Villarreal, this was a much needed win. Much needed, and hopefully we can use this win to go forward at the start of the season. We need to pick up as many points as we can at the start of the season, especially if you look at who we're up against. Quite a lot of horrible teams to play against. Even Man United, who I would never take for granted. And again, as I've talked about on my live stream, Man United have absolutely improved their final third with Mbemo, with Cunha, and now Sesko. But regardless, talking about today, Arsenal 3, Athletic Club nil. I must admit, it was absolutely brilliant to watch. There's a few things to take from it as well. Of course, we have to talk about Victor Gyökeres and how people are saying, "Oh, he never scores. He's never scores headers. Oh, he's gonna flop." And look, he's proven he can score headers. He could have scored two today, but well, the second one was a very one of those kind of headers. I'm not gonna be too upset about that. But the fact that he scored at all and his first goal in an Arsenal shirt, it's looking good for us. And if we can continue to give him some opportunities, like how Zubimendi had, then the future is definitely looking bright. Now, I still think that we need to do a little bit of work in this squad. I still do think that we might need an Eze and we might need a Rodrigo. But to be completely fair with everyone, I am not really disappointed in anyone today. I think maybe Lewis Skelly looked a little bit out of sorts when he came on. But that's the thing with him. He's very inverted. He gets the ball and he inverts into that position. Whereas someone like Ricardo Calafiori or Jurrien Timber, they don't invert the same way that Lewis Skelly does. But regardless, let's get into the player ratings. I'm going to start off in goal with David Raya. And before we do this, actually, I do want to inform you that if you've watched the live watch one, you would know that I didn't get to watch the first 13, 14 minutes of the game. My thing had completely lied to me about what channel it was on, and I spent quite a bit of time looking for it. But regardless, so anything that I say will be excluding those first 14, 15 minutes or so. So if I've missed anything in that, I do apologize. But anyways, David Raya. I will say with David Raya, he didn't have much to do. He was very calm catching the ball, sending it. Other than that, he didn't really have much to do. Didn't have much saving to do at all. I'm going to give him a 6.5, not because I think he played badly, but again, just because he didn't have anything to really do in that game. William Saliba, and look, I thought he played brilliantly. I thought watching that old partnership again between Saliba and Gabriel, I was hoping we get to see that before the start of the season. Thank God that we have. And with William Saliba, he looked calm on the ball, passed calmly, tackled brilliantly. Not much else to really say. I'm going to give him a 7.5. Gabriel, I'm also giving a 7.5. I've got zero complaints from either of them. Timber. Now, Timber switched positions between right back and then left back when Ben White came on. But in both positions, I think he played brilliantly. And it goes to show that he can play in those positions. It doesn't matter where you put him on the field. And that's what I think we all love about him, is that he can play anywhere. He's just had to really play in that right back position. But look, his versatility does him absolute credit. But on top of that, though, he looks so secure in that defensive area. The attackers, did they even get a sniff against him? I'm not even sure they did. But Timber, never any doubt in my mind, he absolutely dominated both sides of the defense. and for that I'm going to give him an 8. Calafiori, now he came off earlier than most, but I still think he held up well for the time that he did play, anyways. And thank God he is not injured. He is not injured. That is a massive, massive relief for everyone. Having an injured Ricardo Calafiori now of all times wouldn't have sat well for us. But Ricardo Calafiori, very similar to Timber, just take away that played on both sides element. I'm going to give him a 7. I'll be fair. Declan Rice. Now, Declan Rice, very calm on the ball. He looked for that passing, the opportunities. He held the ball well. Calm under pressure. Not much else I can really say about him. 7.5. Zubimendi. That assist alone was just chef's kiss. I've never thought I'd see another goal like that again. Well, at least not with this Arsenal squad, if we're thinking about what happened last season. But look, Zubimendi, he just goes to show what he is adding to this team. He's not only defensively solid, but he is also going to take the ball, hold it well, and whenever he can, his first thought is to go forward. We have missed that as an Arsenal team. Every so often, it's always backwards, sideways, backwards, sideways. With Zubimendi, you're not getting that. His first instinct is forward. It's quite rare as well for a central defensive mid. But he got that assist, and what a beautiful goal it was. What a beautiful assist it was. I'm giving Zubimendi a 9, and Zubimendi is my man of the match. Bukayo Saka. Sorry, not Bukayo Saka. Martin Odegaard, sorry. Now, Martin Odegaard, I thought he played quite well as well. When he got the ball, he typically got himself under a bit of pressure by the defenders. He rarely seemed to lose the ball though. He's finding passes down that right-hand side typically. There's not much else to really say about that though. He absolutely was a brilliant player that day. And for him, I'm going to give him... What do I give him? I'm going to give him a 7.5. Okay, now Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka is a very close runner-up to that man of the match. When he got the ball, he was always pushing into dangerous positions, trying to get into that penalty box. And when he wasn't doing that, he was passing it to Timber or Ben White, who was overlaying him. And you can see how comfortable Bukayo Saka is with passing the ball on or playing himself. And of course, you can't take away from the fact that he did get that goal. Is there anything else to really say about him? He got the goal. He played brilliantly. He played like a proper star boy. And I'm going to give him an 8.5. Now, Gabriel Martinelli, sorry. Gabriel Martinelli, he did get that assist, in all fairness. I thought he was going to take a shot and it was just going to go over and hit the goalkeeper coming out. But no, not Gabriel. Martinelli, what he did, he passed over to Saka, who was by far in a better position. And Saka, he just had to kick it in the right kind of direction and it would have gone in. And it did go in. I can't complain too much about him. I still think he needs to work a little bit on when he's taking on a player. He is a bit predictable going around the player instead of cutting in. But today, he didn't really cost us anything. I'm not going to complain too much about him. I'm going to give him a 7. And now Victor Gyökeres. And again, what a game it has been for him. And not just that, it's so important as well for him to get that goal. To the way that he plays, especially on that left side as well. He moves into that left side and he just gives that support to a player like Gabriel Martinelli. And you can see the difference it's making. It's night and day. Victor Gyökeres, of course he got that goal. He could have had a second. He could have had a third even, actually. He could have had a hat-trick today. Very unlucky not to get 2 additional goals. But regardless, what I will say about him is that I am very excited to watch him play in a Premier League match and see how he kind of does with that. I'm excited for him to score goals. I don't want to get too ahead of myself yet, though. With Victor Gyökeres, I am giving him an 8.5. I thought he played absolutely superb. Referee. Now, I'm not going to complain too much about the referee, especially in a preseason friendly. With the referee, there were some calls that I thought a bit iffy, but it didn't ultimately cost anything in the game. I'll give the referee 7.5. I don't think he was flawless, but it didn't cost us anything in the end. And Mikel Arteta, look, the substitutions that he made, especially getting to see as well, getting to see Ika Nwaneri come on, getting to see Lewis Skelly come on, getting to see Mosquera come on, and if I rated players that came on, Mosquera himself will get a massive rating. Mosquera, he is looking like a superb signing. But regardless, with those substitutions that he made and the tactics that he put forth, and from my understanding, from what this is saying here, he altered the formation as well. Normally we play a 4-3-3. Here it's saying we're playing a 4-2-3-1. I'm curious to see if we do that throughout the entirety of the league, or if this is a one-off kind of thing to kind of experiment. But whatever it was, it worked. Mikel Arteta, I am giving him a 9.5 out of 10. I think that's reasonable. But anyways, let me know what you think down below. Like, share, and comment, and please do subscribe. It really does help out the channel. Now I'll be seeing you for the match preview against Manchester United. Opening game of this, Arsenal's opening game of the season. And I look forward to seeing you there. Goodbye for now.